There exists a language, hidden in plain sight, a language that twists meaning, bending reality itself. A weapon, a shield, a secret code whispered by the sharpest minds in history. You know it, you've heard it. But do you truly understand sarcasm? Some say it began in ancient Greece. The great philosophers, Socrates, Diogenes, masters of irony, wielding words like daggers. But true sarcasm, it is older, darker. Some whisper that it was a language of the tricksters, the jesters who mocked kings while keeping their heads attached. A game of words where only the clever survived. But not all survived. Oscar Wilde, the poet of wit, once wrote, "Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, but the highest form of intelligence." He knew its power. It can make the foolish feel wise. It can cut deeper than any sword. And in the wrong hands, it can destroy empires. Bob Johnson, you don't know his name, but he was once the most sarcastic man alive. A shadow in history, a whisper in time. Some say he vanished after uttering one final, perfectly sarcastic remark to the wrong person. The words lost to time, the consequences unimaginable. But let's go back even further to the Romans, the great orators, Cicero, Seneca, men who wove sarcasm into their rhetoric not just as humor, but as power. A single phrase could turn an entire crowd, shift the course of history. Julius Caesar himself was said to have fallen victim to words sharper than any blade. What if his assassination began not with betrayal, but with a jest, misinterpreted? And then the Middle Ages, a time of kings and knights, but also of fools. The court jester, the only man who could mock a ruler and live. Sarcasm became his armor, his art. He danced on the edge of death, turning scorn into spectacle. But even jesters could push too far. Some say entire dynasties crumbled because of a well-placed cutting remark. And in the Renaissance, Shakespeare, the bard himself, laced his plays with sarcasm so sharp it could wound the soul. I am not bound to please thee with my answers. Words spoken by a fool, but heavy with truth. His plays were more than entertainment. They were lessons in human nature, riddled with irony, hidden meanings, and the power of double-speak. Sarcasm has traveled through time, slipping through the cracks of history, whispering in the ears of those willing to listen. In the modern age, it has evolved. It lives in satire, in politics, in comedy. It has toppled leaders, inspired revolutions, and shaped entire cultures. But sarcasm is not just a modern tool. Think of Napoleon Bonaparte, who once said, "Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake." Was it strategy or was it sarcasm? A phrase laced with double meaning, a dagger wrapped in silk. And let's not forget Winston Churchill, who could reduce opponents to mere shadows with a single cutting remark. His words were weapons, his sarcasm, an art form. And then there was Mark Twain, the master of dry wit. Never argue with stupid people. They shall drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. Did he mean it as a warning, or as an invitation to play the game of words where only the sharpest minds prevail? Today, sarcasm is everywhere. In social media, in television, in memes that spread across the internet like wildfire. A carefully placed sarcastic remark can dismantle an argument, turn an entire conversation, or reveal an uncomfortable truth. But how can you recognize sarcasm? It hides in tone, in exaggerated praise, in the deliberate contradiction of meaning. It often comes with a smirk, a raised eyebrow, a lingering pause. When someone says, "Oh great, another traffic jam," are they truly celebrating, Or are they speaking in the age-old tongue of sarcasm? Sarcasm thrives in irony, in the gap between words and intent. It is the voice that says fantastic when disaster strikes, the whisper that mutters just perfect when everything goes wrong. It's the art of speaking in riddles, letting the listener discern the truth hidden beneath layers of mockery. And yet, it remains misunderstood, feared by some, worshipped by others. A secret language, an ancient art. It is deception wrapped in truth, a smirk hidden in sound. It lives in every corner of human nature, waiting, watching, ready to strike. But tell me, do you truly understand sarcasm, or has it already fooled you?